Good afternoon. Yeah, the maths tells you that means from across 24, goes across 3 pages here for you. Now, I do agree that Marine and Bristol Rovers are a good chance of seeing a couple of shocks, but I've picked out a few others. One of those, Ramsgate. 3 teams from the 8th tier have made it through to the first round. Ramsgate are one of those. Interestingly, all 3 of those teams came from the Isthmian League South East. Ramsgate today hosting Woking, 62 league places separating these 2 sides. But Woking of the National League have lost 6 of their last 8 matches. Elsewhere, Scarborough Athletic taking on Forest Green Rovers, 2 divisions and 48 places separating these 2 sides. But Scarborough are managed by a man who knows a thing or two about the FA Cup. Former Manchester United midfielder Jonathan Greening got to the final with West Brom in 2008, and Forest Green themselves struggling in the league. Onto my first page of notes. Cambridge versus Bracknell. Mark Webber will be watching this one for us, and I do wonder if he might see an upset. That's because the League One side needed penalties at this stage last year, and they've only won 1 of their last 12. Let's hope it doesn't go to penalties, because we know that Mark Webber will be going back to that press room. Hereford versus Gillingham as well. Gillingham have finally got a new manager, and it could be a very tricky test for him this afternoon too. Ex-Birmingham and Spurs midfielder Stephen Clements has taken over the League Two side. And of course, they have lost 4 of their last 5, and they travel to National League North side Hereford. So there's a few where I think we could see upsets, but hopefully we'll see plenty of goals and plenty of upsets elsewhere. And don't forget, all the goals from the first round are on the BBC Sport website and app, and you can watch the FA Cup second round draw live on BBC iPlayer and online from 2:30 tomorrow.
Thank you very much. I'm going to Charlton as well tomorrow for the big game there as well. Looking forward to that. Kelly, thank you very much indeed. Let's talk about Brentford, West Ham United. What have you made of West Ham's week this week?
They've had a fantastic week, haven't they? I think the performance against Arsenal midweek in the Cup.
They were very good, weren't they?
Very good. Exciting. And David Moyes seems to have them back to playing how they were the season before, the one we've just had. So, they look back to the old West Ham, together, tight, well organised, and they're scoring goals and picking up points. So, West Ham fans are happy at the moment.
Yeah, now they need to translate that EFL Cup form to the Premier League. I was at Villa a few weeks back for Match of the Day too. They were dreadful, especially second half.
Yeah, there's a stat out there. I don't think they've won in about 16 London derbies. And on the other hand, Brentford haven't been beaten in 13. So that stat doesn't bode well. I think West Ham need to translate their cup form into the Premier League. But as far as I'm concerned, it's much better than where they were last season, where they were around the relegation zone. I don't think that's going to be the case this season.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, with Armistice Day and Remembrance Sunday next weekend, teams across the country have been paying their respects before today's matches.